It's good to know that even in the undead apocalypse, we can still kick back and hang by the pool. I mean, the military is here to watch out for us, right? Everything's gonna be okay. And that's what Travis seems to think. Maddie, she's not so sure. Kids have their own suspicions. And old man Daniel Salazar, he seems to know exactly what's going on. Or what's about to. You can never be too sure when men with guns don't tell you things, except that everything's all right. Usually means it's not. Episode 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. Not Fade Away. Spoilers ahead, just so you know. Time for a morphine trip. So, at the end of the last episode, the military had shown up. And now, as we start episode 4, it's 9 days later. 9 days into the undead apocalypse. And things have returned to a veneer of normalcy. Travis can even go out running in the morning. Liza is going around helping the injured throughout the community. Maddie is a little obsessive about repainting these stains in her living room, though can't really blame her considering that it's her neighbor's brains. And the kids are checking out what the new differences are, foraging for supplies. Nick more interested in his neighbor's morphine than anything else. But a sense of relative normalcy. The military that's watching out for them is doing regular health checks, but seem to constantly be weeding people out. The population is starting to drop. People are starting to ask questions. Where are these people going? Why don't we know anything? Why are there no lines of communication everywhere? People are feeling the cloistering effect even within this sense, this place of safety. So what we're looking at here is kind of, well, let's be honest, it's a slow episode. Personally, I like a little more zombies in my zombie show. But we are building up with something. We are building towards something. This is more of I think they're looking at what happens with the command system, what happens with the government, how is the people in charge dealing with the people that don't know. I don't know. For a series with a season of 6 episodes, having this type of quiet, this type of build, this is more of what you would do with a larger series. This is more of what you would do in a 16 episode season like for Walking Dead. The first season of Walking Dead also had 6 episodes, but those were intense, those were memorable, there were things happening, there was intensity driving the show forward, driving the characters forward. This is supposed to be the fall of a major metropolitan area, one of the largest metropolitan cities in the United States, and there is no one around. Chris starts with the timeline at the beginning of the episode. Again, it's 9 days in. They cleared out the last of the people in the perimeter 4 days ago. That means 5 days they seem to have cleared out a huge chunk of Los Angeles. LA has a population density of over 2,700 people per square kilometer. They're talking about having a safety zone of 6-mile radius around their position. With the number of troops that we saw, that's kind of impossible. I mean, you're looking at like Hurricane Katrina in the middle of a massive population center. I mean, obviously not that exact disaster, but still intensity similar of effects. I mean, if there was any implementation of what we saw with the riot, there were walkers in the riot, so you know everybody in that riot turned into walkers after that, and it spread quickly. That is what they imply with the episode, but we don't see anything. We don't see anything until Maddie decides to go out and take a look around. Now, I'm assuming that she is going to look at the source of the mysterious lights that Chris spots at the beginning of the episode and convinces her to go and look out for. I don't know. There's a few things with that that's also odd. I mean, she goes past the huge wall of missing posters. And again, if we're talking that the area's been cleared out for 4 days, there was only 5 days for this to happen. Posters like this don't go up in that short a period of time. You know, you're scurrying, you're looking for things. There are fights, there are zombies, there are attacks, whatever intensity happened that we don't see. I don't believe that there's times to be putting up posters for the missing and wanted. In the first episode, that was great. There was seeing of this slow progression that something was starting to happen in the background. It has already gone on, so I mean that just seemed kind of weird to me. Also, I don't know if it was just me, but did anyone else start yelling at the screen to grab the gun? Grab it, grab it. I know it's a dead guy. Grab the gun. Now, we've had 5 seasons of The Walking Dead. We know the importance of weapons, you know. I mean, I can understand that she's not quite there yet, but I don't know. I'm hoping that she did and we just didn't see it, but probably not. And then where did she go? After seeing, did she get scared after the soldiers showed up? The soldiers showed up, thank you. And then just run back to the house. She didn't even continue to go for the source of light, so it's a little bit of lack of commitment on her part. But character-wise, very good. And in fact, there was a lot of really strong acting. There's a lot of strong character work. There's a lot of great interaction. But to me, it's just a little overshadowed with the, I don't know, the kind of lack of action, to be perfectly honest. Again, it's the fall of one of the largest metropolitan cities in the United States. We have a population of over 3 million people in this city. That there is a small little enclave there that's not hearing any noise, that doesn't have any walkers, that doesn't have anybody rushing towards. That just seems a little off to me. Now, by the end of the episode, of course, things have progressed a bit more. The new doctor has shown up who is now going through identifying people to take out to the mysterious health center that the government is running. They take Mrs. Salazar away, they take Nick away, and at the very end, as Travis is panicking and weighing everything in his mind, and he finally sees the lights in the building far away, immediately followed by the obvious flashing and sound of gunfire. So whoever was there is no longer. So by the end, everyone seems to have a good feeling that this is not really the position that they want to be in. And hopefully they will kick their butts in gear. Alicia had the best line of the show at the very beginning. Stop acting like this is normal. This is not normal. And in fact, kudos to her for, as soon as the shoulders, I keep saying that, as soon as the soldiers show up, just turning to Nick and saying run. From being in the dark in the first couple episodes, she seems to be adjusting very quickly with what's going on, or at least responding to the intensity that the moment seems to call for. So next week we're gonna see the hospital where everyone's being taken to, get to see a little bit more of what's happening. There's only 2 episodes left. They've got a lot to do in a short period of time. I really hope they kick up their game. They have a quiet episode now. Hopefully they use the balance of the budget for some action. Again, it's the fall of Los Angeles. There should be massive scenes, and I'm really hoping that they commit to it and that we get to see those. So, join us next week. In the meantime, if you enjoyed what I said, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Comments in the section below. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back next week. I'm D. Y'all take it easy now. Maybe go for a swim.